Record. Recording. Okay. Okay. First, I wanted to talk about how to get more loyal customers, because 90% of the time when you talk to people, they're like, oh, I can't afford it right now, or follow up with me this date. And then when that date happens, they just kind of ghost you and never respond to you. So what I do to prevent that is I have a script, which I'll post in the chat. Let's see, where's that? Girl, what are you doing? Go. Okay, so what I'll say is when they say they're interested, I'll say perfect. So I have a limited amount of product model spots for this. I could either check back at whatever date works for them and see if I still have a spot available, or I can reserve them a spot now, but I'll need a little information. Most of the time they'll say yes, and then I will send them something along the lines, okay, great, so to reserve your spot, I'll just need your phone, email address, your card number, all the information you need to process an order and a processing date. So they'll give you the information, and then you just hold on to it until that date. Baby dropped her bottle. And then you just personally put their order in, and 9 times out of 10 they will go for it. So I have a bulk where it has everybody's information in it and the date that their orders can process. And once I process their orders, I send them a confirmation message saying you're going to get an email with this information, so forth and so on. And that really, really worked a lot better than anything else that I've tried. Next, I wanted to talk about how to keep loyal customers longer than 3 months. Because a lot of times you'll sign a loyal customer and then you won't speak to them anymore. And that's not the way to do it. I will, just like how, what was her name from the Zoom last night? I can't remember her name, but she was talking about how she makes a group chat. So like for January, she had a January hair, skin, and nails chat, and all of her loyal customers, she had them go into one single chat, and she stayed in contact with all of her January customers that way and was able to get all of their reviews and before and afters in one spot. So that way she could go and say, okay, this is when she started, this is 30 days, and this is 60 days, and so forth and so on, which is an awesome idea. So I'm going to start doing that myself. But another thing that I used to do, and I quit doing it, I don't know why, so I'm going to start doing it again. I wanted to print them off so I could show you guys, but of course I don't have any ink, so I couldn't do that. But I have it on my phone so that I can show you. Let me fix it. So basically, it's a card. I'm just writing it up. Card like this, and it has the 6 little logos. So you're gonna send this to your loyal customers. It has all your information on it, and if they continuously order for 6 months, then they get $50 product rewards. So, like perk points, but they do it for 3 months. They get whatever it is they get, but then if they do it for 6 months, they get, I think, at least $50 towards your product. So I'll send that to my customers with, like, on the back of it, I'll write their ID and their password for their loyal customer account, so that way they have it and they remember it. And then, hold on, sorry, the baby dropped her bottle again. And then I'll also write on the back of it, a little thank you message and say something along the lines of, I really, really appreciate your support. It helps me out a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And I'll have my phone number, my email, my Instagram. Everything is on the card. And
you
then
actually
also
mail those out.
Do what?
You mail those out?
Yeah. And then I'll also put at the bottom, like, whatever product they got, I'll put information on how to take it and how it works on the card itself. So that way they have all that information there, and then you could put like a little sample in there, like the energy that's like the cheapest product. So you can just put the card and a little sample in there, and that just shows you care. If you take care of the customers you have, then they will stay. I mean, we always want new loyal customers, but just like they said on the Zoom last night, it's very important to take care of the customers you already have, because you don't want them to be your customer for 90 days and then you never hear from them again, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's important to take care of the ones you already have. Sorry, y'all. I got all 3 kids at home right now. My husband's not here. They're running around my house like crazy people. Okay. Also, I wanted to show you how you can send your link on Facebook without it being blocked. And you can also put it in your bio on Instagram. There is an app. It's called Milkshake. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it. The lighting's horrible. Right there. And with this app, it's basically a free website is what it is. So like when you open it up, you can let me see if I can fix that lighting. There we go. You can make your own, hold on, wrong button. Oh my goodness. What's happening?
Is it kind of like what Linktree used to be?
Yeah, kind of like that. See, let me go to my Instagram and I'll show you what it looks like. In your bio, it'll be right there. And you just click on it. And it'll pop up like that, and then it will have a place where you can click your website, and then it takes you right to my It Works website. It's super simple. I'll also post that in the chat too, so you guys can see it. Oh, Lord, child. You want milk? Okay. She's not having it. Is there any questions so far? Funny. Okay, let me look at my notes so I remember what I was supposed to talk about. If it goes, hello. Okay, so I did that. Oh, also for bringing in new loyal customers, what I'll do there on Host to Post, I'll get a customer off of Host to Post, and they'll sign up, and then I will ask them to throw up a Host to Post. Once they threw up the Host to Post, I tell them, hey, within 72 hours, if I get a referral from you, then you're going to get, it's different stuff. Sometimes it'll be like a full bag of wraps or a full bag of coffee or just a sample pack with a whole bunch of different stuff in it. So if you offer them something for referrals, it helps a lot. I mean, you don't have to, but it helps. How are you doing? You say hi? You're nosy. So, what else is there?
What has been your most successful way of getting Host to Post? Do you just do cold messaging, or do you do you make a status of want to be entered in a giveaway, or?
Most of the time, yeah. I don't do cold messaging at all because it don't work. It really don't.
I don't do cold messaging either.
It really don't. I mean, you can send, it might, but you're going to send out 200 messages to get one yes. You know, right. So it's a waste of time. I don't do that. Girl, quiet down. I don't do that. What I'll normally do is, that's why it's very important to build relationships. So not only, interacting on someone's feed, but also sending them a message when it's their birthday or that. It's important. And then I'll do, earlier today, let me read it to you what I did. It says, if you don't have your name in my January giveaway, right now I joined in on the Apple Watch giveaway. The first 100 people to drop a comment will get entered in to win my Apple Watch. I will send you a message to confirm. And then once they comment, I send them a message and ask them if they would throw up a Host to Post for me. I used to just put a post up on my feed and be like, oh, does anybody want to throw up a post for me and help me out? But, I mean, it worked, but not that much. now I'm able to get, no, stay back there. Josie! Sorry. But now I'll just put up like an interactive post, like drop the last picture on your phone that made you smile or something along those lines. And then I'll message those people. Or any giveaway posts, like I did one the other day that said the first 50 people to drop an emoji gets entered in my Apple Watch giveaway. And then I sent them all a message and said, hey, if you're willing to throw this post up for me, I will give you an extra entry into my giveaway. And 9 times out of 10, they'll say it. Girl, stop. Jaden, don't hit your sister. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, girl, go play in your sister's room. Thank you. Good Lord have mercy, these kids. What else was I going to talk about? Got the host, the post. Oh, it's also important to keep lists, like outside of Instagram or outside of your Connect app. So I will keep a email list that has kind of like my 100th list, but it'll have all of the people that have ordered with the date that they ordered and the products that they ordered with their phone number or whatever information they gave me, or I will keep a separate list that has the potential customers on there with what they were interested in, when they were interested in it, so that way I have it. What?
It's every older one. The thing she hit me and hurt she possibly because I hit.
Okay. I told y'all my kids were going to be killing each other.
I'm so sorry. I had to go tend to my 4-year-old, so sorry.
Totally understand it. My 10-month-old is trying to grab my computer right now.
My 4-year-old just acted like she was freaking in there chopping her leg off or something.
My 7-year-old came and tattled on my 3-year-old for hitting her with a stick.
So what I usually do is like I'll do one of those posts and say I'm having a good day. I don't know, maybe like keto energy or something, or wraps, or products of your choice. And I will say, if you want to be entered, like drop an emoji or the first 100 people to comment. But I feel like the people that have been doing that have like caught on.
Right.
And they don't want to keep posting posts. So I'm trying to find a new way to get people to want to do that without like cold messaging. Because anytime I cold message about host to post, it's a very slim chance that it happens usually. And I interact with everybody that I'll cold message. It's not like it's just people I'm messaging, but they're still not so willing.
Instead of just doing giveaway posts, do it on other posts. Like people, it's not that people are nosy per se, but people also like to brag a lot. Mm-hmm. So if you do posts like, what's your favorite blank? Or people like to talk about themselves. So it could be, would you rather go to the lake or would you rather go to the beach? Or how many dogs do you have? Post a pet picture, or, things like that. And then that has absolutely nothing to do with the business whatsoever. Just interactive post. And then you can message the people off there, because I'm telling you, people, they like to talk about themselves. So they're going to comment. That's what really, really helps me. That's the ones I get the most off of, because I could post something about a giveaway all day long and I'll still get twice as many comments on a post that has absolutely nothing to do with the business whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. JC, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. Sorry, these kids are making me lose my train of thought. I think that was all I had. Do y'all have any other questions?
I did. Hold on. Let me go over what I wrote down so far.
Okay. Leave it off, Jaden. Leave the baby alone, please. Go play with your sister.
Mommy!
So, okay, stories. Can we talk about stories for a minute?
Okay.
Are you strong in stories?
That's probably the one thing that I am strong in. I can't do my stories all day.
So I have looked back at all my stories, and I do it all the time. I always go back and look and see what people are interacting at and what people don't look at and swipe away at. And it seems like pictures of just me, no business, are like 700 views.
Mm-hmm.
But then business is like
Right.
75 to 100. And it's the same 75 to 100 watching, so I know they're watching. That's why I keep doing it, because I know they're watching.
Oh, yeah.
But I need to hype up my business side too.
Mm-hmm.
I try to add like my personality to it so they can see that it's just not just so straightforward. I'm only want you here for this.
Right. And see, what I do with business stories, I always put my face on there. Be careful with the baby, please. I always put my face on there, either my face or someone else's face, and you keep it very, very simple and to the point in stories, because a lot of people don't know that you can just put your finger down and read things. They think they got like 10 seconds and then it's gone. So if it's a long story, they're not even going to try to read it. So when it comes to business stuff, I'll do like 5 or 6 slides of the exact same thing, but each slide has a different sentence on it. So that way they can read it as it goes, because a lot of people really don't know that you could do that. And with stories, I try to make it look catchy without looking like an ad.
Yeah, me too.
So, Over is my best friend with stories.
Yeah, I love Over.
That's the best app. I bought it for a couple months, and then I decided not to buy it anymore because I didn't see the point of it, because they have so many good free things on there. So you don't need to pay for it. I did a video a while ago on a whole bunch of apps I use for Instagram. I'll find it and then I'll post it in the chat for you guys so you can go back and rewatch it, because I think it was before you guys joined the chat. It's cute. And then I'll just post my YouTube. I posted a couple videos in there the past couple of weeks that have really good things with Instagram. Also, with Instagram, I've learned if your account is private, you're going to get twice as many followers. It's weird, but that's just how it works. People are nosy, and when you follow them and they can't see who you are, they want to follow you just to be nosy. Come here. Come here.
Bye. I love you.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I could see that with keeping it private.
Right.
Thing.
Mm-hmm. Naughty. Yeah. Was there anything else?
I don't think so.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of crap, but these kids have my mind all over the place right now.
I think you made a list in the chat. Let me look and see.
Okay. I try to do these at nighttime when my husband's home, and then I can lock myself in the bedroom.
Maybe.
No, I want you to go play with your other sister.
Oh, can you those cards that you send out for the perks for 6 months to get them stay longer than 3? Can you post that in the chat so I can look at everything you have on there? Because I think I wrote down everything that I would add, but I want to see what you put on yours.
Okay.
I think
I tried to keep it super simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put like their customer ID in my website, and then
yeah, on the back of it, that's where I'll put that stuff. But on the front, I just have the 6 logos, and then I say order 6 months in a row and get $50 off. Have my name, my phone number, my website, Instagram, and Facebook handle.
Ready?
And then on the back, that's where I'll personally write them a thank you for their order and give them information on the product that they ordered. And then I'll put their ID and password and stuff on the back.
I actually have like a very large box of thank you cards from this stationery kit that I never even use, so I could probably just slip them in a thank you card.
Yeah, that would be great. Next child.
Okay, so we went over taking care of LCs, how to keep LCs, link, how to get more loyal customers. I think we went over everything.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, tonight I'm going to do a power hour, and we're going to listen to either Ashley Mayfield or Denise Walsh. I had a brain fart. While we do a power hour on Zoom, so it'll probably be about 8:30 when the kids go to bed. So if you guys want to jump on then, that would be great. And that is all I have for